comes a time in every man's life when he has to put a little money into his home. At a time like that, your bank should be Security Pacific Bank. After all, if you trust us with your money, why shouldn't we trust you with ours? It's nearly that simple at Security Pacific Bank.
Something special, something special.
After 5 years as an international bestseller, it comes to the screen. Steve McQueen, Dustin Hoffman, Papillon, the greatest adventure of escape ever filmed. Rated PG.
See Papillon, now playing at theaters and drive-ins citywide. Check newspapers for theaters nearest you. KNBC, Los Angeles. Weekend news service for Saturday, April 6th, with Marianne Mascari, Pat Downey, and Don Harris.
Good evening. An impromptu summit conference of sorts is underway in Paris. President Nixon is right in the middle of it. Earlier today, Mr. Nixon talked with British Prime Minister Wilson and West German Chancellor Brandt. Tomorrow, he meets with Soviet President Podgorny and Japanese Premier Tanaka. What brought these world leaders to Paris was the memorial service today for the late French President, Georges Pompidou.
Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, leaders or representatives from more than 80 countries all over the world met this morning to pay their final respects to the late President of France, Georges Pompidou. Generals mixed with kings, and kings mixed with communists. President Nicolas Podgorny led the delegation from the Soviet Union, and the President of East Germany attended, the first time he's ever been in France. President Nixon came, as he had for the funeral of Charles de Gaulle in 1970. Whatever their political differences, Nixon had admired both de Gaulle and Pompidou. For the Requiem Mass, the choir sang a Gregorian chant, the prayers Pompidou had most admired in the Catholic service. During the service, Nixon sat quietly, except when Willy Brandt of West Germany tapped him on the shoulder, then leaned over to shake hands. The Requiem Mass was solemn, simple, and short. When it was over, President Nixon walked out of the cathedral and into a conversation with President Podgorny. This almost casual sidewalk chat was the start of a busy day for President Nixon. Lloyd Dobbins, NBC News, Paris.
After tomorrow's meetings, the president is scheduled to fly back to Washington.
First, the tornadoes, now another tragedy in Xenia, Ohio. Today, 4 National Guardsmen sought shelter in one of the few stores left standing in town. The building caught fire, killed 2 persons and injured 2 others. 35 people died in Xenia when those tornadoes hit earlier this week. In Jasper, Alabama, there was no loss of life from the tornadoes, but recovery is still a long ways off.
The tornado struck the center of the downtown area. No one was killed and only a few people were injured. But the city was left with the massive task of putting itself back together.
Gentlemen, we're gathered here today to try to coordinate some efforts to rebuild Jasper, which was virtually destroyed, the downtown business section.
The city and Chamber of Commerce officials are asking state and federal representatives to help in the reconstruction effort. The city knows it needs all the help it can get. Hundreds of relief workers and citizens have begun the job of clearing away the debris left by the tornado. Jasper has been without electricity or telephone service. This weekend, utility workers are trying to get the phones and lights turned on again. Getting the local government running is going to take longer. The tornado demolished some public buildings and damaged others beyond repair. The jail probably will have to be torn down, and so will the county courthouse. The total damage in Jasper has been estimated at more than $100 million, a rough estimate.
There's no telling the damage is done until we can get farther in to see. But it's the biggest disaster that we've ever had in Walker County. I've lived here all my life, but the Lord is blessed us, and this is the first anything like this has ever happened. We can rebuild buildings, but we can't rebuild a body. The people is willing and ready to start building back. And I think that the downtown will all be built back.
The weather may have been cruel to the Midwest. It was our time to have a beautiful, gentle day, beautiful by any standards, by any point of comparison. Sunny. Temperatures up to 75 downtown today. Right now it is 63 at the Civic Center. Up to 80 degrees tomorrow in the high deserts, 85 in the low deserts, 86 in Palm Springs and sunny, 60 degrees in the mountains. Skiing in the local areas is pretty poor. The season is just about over, but up at Mammoth, they're still reporting good conditions, just fair conditions at nearby June Mountain. 69 up San Francisco way with fair skies, a balmy 74 in St. Louis. It's spring there, partly cloudy. At home tomorrow, temperatures up to 75 degrees, overnight low of 55, sun all over the place, I imagine, and just about another disgustingly beautiful day.
It happens every hour on the half hour in Los Angeles. It happens every hour on the hour in San Francisco. It happens even more often at peak periods. PSA, the unofficial state bird of California, flies between the two cities hour after hour after hour. Nothing cuckoo about that.
Harry, when I talk to this neighborhood loan consultant, you're sure there's no obligation? None. I'll get a good deal. Home Savings is the leading lender among all associations in housing, apartment houses, selected commercial or industrial properties. Does that tell you something? Sure does. And you? For your real estate loan, just call any office of Home Savings and Loan Association, an equal housing lender, the leading lender.
Does your family need parent-child counseling? Info's West Valley Counseling Center gives confidential help with your problems.
Thousands of rock music lovers are on their way home now from the Ontario Motor Speedway. The traffic around there is a mess. The day and the evening were spent listening to big-name rock bands. The whole show was dubbed the California Jam. The jamming started with parking lots that overflowed into nearby vineyards. Attendance estimates run as high as 250,000. Despite the crowds, there were no serious disorders. The only serious problems were too little water, too few restrooms, and not enough first aid stations. Asked why he would go through all that, one fan explained, if you can party all day and party all night, why not? Besides partying, it was also fairly easy to buy gasoline in Southern California today. Auto Club spokesmen say 89% of the area's gas stations were open for business today. Tomorrow, about 22% will be open.
Senator Laurel Weicker claims that there's still another White House list. Weicker says this list has 50 celebrities on it whose secret IRS files were looked into by the White House. And among those said to be included, Governor Ronald Reagan, who refused comment on the report. Governor Reagan may not want his job as governor any longer, but there are plenty of Democrats who are anxious to take it over. Tom Pettit has that report.
Reagan got into office by beating Governor Edmund G. Brown in 1966. Now, Edmund G. Brown, Jr. is the leading Democratic candidate to succeed Reagan. He is currently Secretary of State. He is usually called Jerry, not to be confused with his father, who is usually called Pat, although many voters do think Jr. is Senior. Senior is not running. Jerry Brown has 17 opponents.
Joe Alioto of San Francisco has run one of the most effective local offices in the country in a great city, done it well. He's respected across the country for having done that. The mayors know that. A lot of other people do, too. He brings those qualities to the state, and I think he'd be a great governor of California.
We have a tremendous amount of petroleum and gas, uranium and coal in this country. The fact is, they haven't been doing what they need to do in this country to provide our citizens. They've been in Europe. They've been providing them because they make more profit. That's what it's about.
Moretti is State Assembly Speaker.
And then there's the individual Democrat, William Matson Roth.
Roth is a San Francisco millionaire.
The Herb Half campaign for governor has been called the most exciting campaign in California's history. I'd like you to find out why. I'd like you to see what we're doing.
Herb Half is an attorney.
Can do a lot.
The commercials for Congressman Jerome Waldy have not yet appeared on television, which is very important in California politics. The last of the main candidates is Baxter Ward, a Los Angeles County supervisor, who has a high recognition factor from his days as a television anchorman.
California is not a springboard.
60% of the voters are undecided, and most are unexcited. Moretti, Alioto, and Waldy are known, but negatively. Roth is becoming known favorably. At this stage of the campaign, the most popular name is Edmund G. Brown. And even if voters aren't sure whether it's junior or senior, may not even matter. Tom Pettit, NBC News, Sacramento, California.
Good morning, Walter. Glorious day to be alive, isn't it?
Oh, Jonathan, come home quickly. I miss you already.
The Volvo 164 provides the luxuries people of wealth consider necessities. Seats that let them sit on leather, air conditioning, power steering, and since the rich do travel in fast circles, an aggressive 3-liter fuel-injected engine. But above all else, the 164 is the first luxury car built like a Volvo. And out in the real world, you need all the Volvo you can get. The Volvo 164, a civilized car built for an uncivilized world.
Welcome to Busch Gardens.
Hey, it's the Friendly Eagle.
How'd you like to experience a world of difference at Busch Gardens?
Busch Gardens, it's a world of beauty, talent, excitement.
This is quite a ride!
Laughter, all in one place. A different experience you won't want to miss.
Come to Busch Gardens. Experience a world of difference.
There's 3 more left. 13 stranded by Chicago and 11 by 9 innings. 4, 14, and 3 for the White Sox. They've left 13. 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Angels. They've stranded 11. Terry Forster and Brian Downing, the battery, and Ron Santo goes from designated hitter to third base, replacing Melton, who was hit by that pitch and then thrown out at the plate by Joe LaHood. So the Angels build up a 4-1 lead, but the Sox rally with 2 in the 8th and 1 against May in the 9th before Selma can retire Alvarado with the bases loaded, after Santo very nearly won it with his base hit to left field. Lee Stanton, 3 for 4 today. And what a play by Dick Allen to Forster for the out. Good actions by Richie Allen. Excellent athlete. So Stanton's bid for a 4th hit denied by Dick Allen. He moved quickly and able to get that toss to Forster for the 3-1 putout. L.A. Rodriguez, a double in 3 official at-bats today. Boy, it's got to be tough facing a man who can throw as hard as Forster in this weather. Remember, 6 o'clock tonight, the Bucks and the Lakers, 2-0. Ellie on deck, Davy Chalk. So this crowd settling back after a noisy 9th. 2 balls, no strikes. 3-0. Yeah, we'll reintroduce the Sox alignment for you. There have been several changes made by Chuck Tanner. Forster and Downing the battery. The infield, Santo at third, Alvarado at short. Orta and Allen, the 2 men who started on the right side, still there. May in left, Henderson in center, Bradford in right. 3-1 as Forster hits the knees with a fastball. Rodriguez may be taking again. 3 balls and a strike. Strike 2.
Little looper out behind second. Orta makes the play. 2 away. Orta takes care of the little pop fly off Rodriguez bat, and Dave Chalk steps up. Chalk 0 for 4. He scored the first Angel run after he was safe on a Melton throwing error. Tenth inning, 4-4 tie. Bottom of the 10th for the White Sox. It'll be Bradford, Kelly, and Henderson. 1-1. Slider running in on Davy Chalk.
Dick, I was just I didn't know if you passed this along to the people, but they mentioned in the press box that if you see snow on your sets, please do not adjust it because it is snow.
Fouled out of play. We've seen a bit of everything in this series. If this is any kind of an omen of what kind of 1974 baseball year we're going to have, be prepared for anything. Two and two to Dave Chalk. 2 outs and 0 on in the Angel 10th inning. I don't think I've ever consumed so much coffee in my life as I have in this series. I got it figured out now scientifically. A cup of coffee will last almost a half inning before it gets, so cold that it has a reverse effect on you. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chalk protecting the plate. Mickey Rivers would be next. The Angels missed a golden chance in the 8th inning. Had a run in and runners at second and third and no one out. Chalk fouled out, and then Forster came in to strike out Rivers and get Doyle on a pop fly. Strike 3 called, and Chalk can't believe that call. He jumped away from that fastball, but McKean says it's on the inside corner. Strike 3. 1-2-3 inning for Forster. To the bottom of the 10th, a 4-4 tie.
Freedom. Financial freedom. Freedom to live the way you want. Freedom to educate your children the way you want. Freedom to retire the way you want. Financial freedom. It doesn't come easy, but you don't have to go it alone. Merrill Lynch has 29 ways to help you fight for it, from tax-free bonds to retirement programs. Merrill Lynch wants to help you fight for your financial freedom.
Good evening. You know who I am. I'd like to tell you about Universal Studios Tour. They have sets, stuntmen, special effects.
Well, we're now leaving
stars.
our lot, entering our back lot. This is known as Colonial Street.
You do meet the strangest people on the tour.
Bottom of the 10th inning, the White Sox and Angels 4 apiece, and Skip Lockwood is the 4th pitcher used by manager Bobby Winkles. It's not cold enough that the snow is staying when it lands here at White Sox Park, but you can see the infield dirt becoming increasingly moist, and they're using the towel to keep the home plate clean. Buddy Bradford entered the game in the 8th inning and walked facing Rudy May. On that walk, the ball got away from Rodriguez, and on the wild pitch, the Sox scored their 3rd run of the game. Detroit won, Baltimore nothing in the nightcap of their doubleheader. They're playing in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Dodgers 3, San Diego nothing in the 3rd. Right fielder Stanton, if he can find that ball in the snow, and boy, that's got to be tough, makes the play. It's all was like a big snowball coming out of the sky. Bradford flies out. Pat Kelly's spot occupied now by Brian Downing, the catcher. This is his first at bat. One and one. Well, Lockwood used to this kind of weather. He grew up in Boston and of course pitched in Milwaukee the last few years. That's hooking down the line, and it is a foul ball, but barely. Now that ball didn't get pushed into foul territory as much as one might think. San Francisco having a big day at Candlestick. They lead Houston 8-1 after 3 innings. 1-2. Make that 2 balls and a strike as the scoreboard corrects itself, and a high pop fly to left field. LaHood trying to find it. Hang in there, Joe. It's 2 away. And we didn't get much work on this in Palm Springs. Those fly balls in the snow. There's the baseball parlance. When you get the real light blue sky, they call it the high sky. Now this is the low ceiling today. Anderson doubled in the 9th inning, and that set up the tying run. Batting right-handed at the time against Rudy May. He's 2 for 5 in the game. One ball, 1 strike. Lockwood, his debut as an Angel. Richie Allen on deck. That's out of play. 1-2 to Ken Henderson. If we go to the 11th inning, the Angels scheduled to bring up the top of the order: Rivers, Doyle, and LaHood. The game has been called, so the Angels win 2 and are tied 4-4 in the 3rd game, in and away in this weather. And the fact that the Angels in the 11th inning had 3 left-handed hitters scheduled to bat against the tough left-hander Forster, that may be all right. And it seemed that Tanner was the unhappier of the 2 managers after getting the word. So the final totals: the Angels 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors, leave 11. The White Sox 4 runs, 14 hits, 3 errors. They strand 13. So that's the story from Chicago.
Bub, I think you said to me, as we look at it here, his handle looks like mine probably does, only he means it. Well, that's to rough up the grip. You see, most pros change.
Ever since we got married, all he does is eat. Good thing I found these Hungry Man dinners from Swanson. Look at all that chicken. 4 meaty pieces. Swanson already put the 2nd helping in. There's fried chicken, turkey, 4 Hungry Man dinners with the 2nd helping already in.
She's something, huh?
It's the next best thing to your good cooking. Swanson makes it good.
Jimmy, 1 egg or 2 for breakfast.
Can I go out after lunch?
What's for dinner? Sure smells good.
Finish detergent is made for the way you wash dishes. Finish has 5 active cleaning agents to make sure even big loads get clean and clear. Try Big Load Finish. Get big loads really clean.
For 14th, the best of the Eastern Conference games will be broadcast. That's the NBA playoffs on CBS, where you see the best in basketball on the #1 network.
Gee, Barnes reminds me of a few years ago of Bad News Barnes. I got news, Bob Cousy. There's a Better News Barnes, I think, on the way.
Oh, yeah, I think this kid is going to make a fine, fine professional.
Look at that block,
for that reason right there. He rejects shots, and he controls the defensive board for you, and he's fluid besides.
Elmo with a shot. He's got it.
He's 12 under par, and he
has two lads on the green ahead of him who are trying for birdies. From about 85 yards, John
beat him in head-to-head competition here last September in a 300-mile race. Both cars were in perfect condition at the finish. It was the first time that Bobby Unser...
Slicer pulled McMillan way wide. Flew about a yard behind the baseline. Well, the winner here today will get $10,000. The loser here today will get $5,000. Pillage has only earned a little more than $11,000, and McMillan only a little more than $6,000. Far and away their best days on the tour, and the biggest payday of this year by far. Well, McMillan won one tournament last year, the West of Scotland. That was not WCT. Probably got a bowl of porridge for first place. Well, 4 games to 3. There's been no service break here in the second set. Village won the first set 7 games to 5.
Now your office can have an image-reducing machine built right into a copier. It's the 3M VHSR, a plain paper copier that reduces any original as large as 14 by 18 inches down to a handy 8.5 by 11 in seconds. Large originals like accounting worksheets, advertising layouts, engineering drawings. Just touch a color-coded button for the right reduction ratio or make same-size copies. The VHSR gives you your first copy faster than any other plain paper copier and gives you 3 before most others give you 1. So if you need a reducing machine built right into your copier, see the 3M VHSR and see our other new generation copiers. If you're thinking about buying or leasing copying equipment, it's time to call your 3M Business Product Center.
A great bounce is what makes a great tennis ball. A consistent bounce, a lively bounce, a long-lasting bounce. The ball you'll see bouncing back and forth in almost every major U.S. tournament played this year will be the Wilson Championship, the most bounced ball in tennis. Wilson, we're not number 1 for nothing.
The weather. 39. Goodrich with it. Stop. Gives it the base to Hairston. Hairston out in front to Riley. Riles around Robertson. Down the middle. Throws up a prayer. It's banked off. No good. Rebound is to Warner. Fast break with Robertson in the middle of the right side to Williams. Lay it up and in. 6.5 to play. And Gail Goodrich comes down the floor. 2 consecutive embarrassing games for the Lakers against this tough club. Goodrich out to Harrison. Going to be a foul on Williams holding Goodrich. That's the 4th team foul.
That's his 4th personal foul. The 4th team foul on the Bucks.
4th foul on Fritz Williams, who has had the task of guarding Gale in the series.
Now we got an offensive foul on Hairston as the ball is passed in, so that gives the ball over to the other team. 6:23 left to play in the third quarter. 66-39. You know, if you tuned into this game and the guy just gave you the score, you'd have no idea what quarter. You'd never be able to figure that a team could be in the third quarter with 39 points. No way. Here's a shot by Damage, a 25-footer, no good. The rebound is to Hawkins. Hawkins passes to Riley. Preceding it all is Hairston. He's checked by Robertson. Riley comes in deep. The ex-Kentucky Wildcat shoots a 10-footer and doesn't get it. The rebound is to Warner, who's gathering a lot of them. To Danridge. Danridge front court has it stolen by Connie Hawkins. 2-on-1 now. Hawk with Hairston. Hawk all the way. Lay it up and blow the layup. Yep. Harrison got hit in the eye. Rebound is off to Danridge. Danridge front court. Over to Robertson. Sets at the base. 20-footer. No good. Rebound Elmore. No, he dropped it to Danridge. Left-hand hook. Good.
They are loose and confident, the Milwaukee Bucks.
I'd be confident if I had a 68-39 lead, too, in the third quarter. Here's Williams stealing from Goodrich. Williams goes the other way for another layup. Timeout, the Lakers. I think Sharman may put in all the reserves now. We'll be back with more right after this word.
wouldn't settle for a movie that didn't fill the screen, or a TV picture like this, so why settle for unnecessary white borders on your snapshots? To improve the look of your color prints, Technicolor introduced the Full View print. With Full View, you get 25% more picture because there's no wasted space, and there's silk finish to protect against fingerprints. There are a lot of things developing at Technicolor, and now you can save on developing with Technicolor's $1 off deal, available at fine stores everywhere.
My name is J. Paul Getty. The brokerage house of E.F. Hutton Company is a firm with which I've had close and pleasant relationships for 4 decades. They have been helpful and their service has been good.
When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen.
A strange reaction here, Lynn. They announced the Chicago defeat, and everybody in the building cheered. I can tell you one thing, the Milwaukee Buck players weren't cheering. They want Chicago to win that. They do not want any part of Lanier. Lanier does a good job on Kareem Abdul.
A final score in that game to even the series of 2 games apiece was Detroit 102, Chicago 87.
We'd like to thank a viewer, a lady called Dit Coley of Venice, California, for a wonderful letter that she sent us. Very, very nice. Inbound to Hawkins. Hawkins' 20-footer outside is blocked, I think. Nope, he just missed it by 5 feet, according to the referee. I thought Danridge got a piece of the ball, 70-39.
I think he did. The official probably suspects it, but he didn't see it, so he couldn't call it.
You can't call what you don't see, or at least you're not supposed to. Top of the key to Danridge, over the left side to Williams. In low to McLaughlin. McLaughlin usually hits it. Oh, nice pass to Warner. Free throw line shot on the way is good. Beautiful pass by McLaughlin. He's one of the most unheralded players on this team.
He's had a good series against the Lakers.
72-39. Goodrich's shot won't go, but he was fouled by McLaughlin. I would say that most of the Bucks have had a good series against the Lakers.
When things are going bad, they really go bad. For instance, Elmore Smith brought 2 shoes to Milwaukee. The problem is they both fit the left feet.
Going to the free throw line is Gail Goodrich. Miller Brewing Company, the brewers of Miller High Life. You got the time, we've got the beer. Miller High Life beer. Goodrich makes them both, and it's 72-41. McLaughlin with the ball in the front court. McLaughlin stops the dribble against Goodrich's pressure over the right side to Danridge. Danridge looks out in front, gives it to Ronnie Fritz Williams against Jimmy Price with Riley out of there now. Williams dribbling, come to the left side, down the middle, turn, corkscrew 15-footer, nice shot. Price was on him pretty tough, 74-41. And Goodrich down the floor. The ball game is long since over. Goodrich's pass bounces off the hand of a defender, goes to Elmore, and he gets a 12-footer. The pass by Gale was intended underneath for Hawkins. 74-43. Pass front court to Warner. Dribble drive down the middle, put it up, and he is fouled hard by Elmore, who jumped into him. And he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Elmore picks up his second foul. Cornell Warner has played some center. In fact, he played a lot of center, reserve center. Elmore Smith at Buffalo, but he's been a starting forward and a good one here for Milwaukee.
Get this stat, Lynn. Elmore Smith led the league in block shots, right?
True.
He had 5 in the first game of the series. At this moment, through all the rest of the games total, he's got 8.
So he's only had 3 in the last 4 games, including tonight.
That's right. 75-43 as the free throws are successful by Warner, one of the 2. Here's the ball in Elmore, turnaround, high arch, nice shot, 10-footer. Elmore is going to get a lot of work this summer under the tutelage of Bill Sharman. Remember, Elmore didn't play high school ball in only 2 years of college. He's just a babe in basketball parlance. 75-45. McLaughlin comes outside with the dribble. Gives the ball above the free throw line to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. In low to Billy Bridges, an interception. Nice interception by Billy as Jabbar threw it, intended for McLaughlin. Now the ball is given to Price. Price front court to Gail Goodrich. Goodrich coming in the right side. Pivots, reverse pivot around McLaughlin. Nice move, 15-footer nugget. Slam dunk, Elmore. Timeout, Milwaukee. 75-47. And with 3:21 left to play in the third quarter, we'll stay right here. I'm Chick Hearn, and here's Lynn Shackelford.
The Lakers have only 3 players scoring points in the quarter. And all the points, except for one basket by Riley, have been scored by Gail Goodrich and Elmore Smith. Elmore's kind of come alive here. And I think that Larry Costello was a little disenchanted with the effort put out by his Milwaukee Bucks, and that's why he called the timeout, as the Lakers had the offensive boards pretty well covered on that particular play. as usual, Richie Powers and Jake O'Donnell doing an excellent job of officiating this playoff game.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification. This is the Arco Los Angeles Lakers Network. And this is KTLA, Channel 5, Los Angeles. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And just make sure you're not under Monster Zero. Science fiction goes wild with a heavyweight match you won't forget in Monster Zero tomorrow night at 8 on Channel 5.
Well, Chick, Walt Frazier put on a pretty
Yes,
good shooting exhibition this afternoon against the Capitol Bullets, and yet Capitol could have very easily won that game as well as Frazier was shooting.
This is the only series that isn't close.
True.
The Milwaukee victory will eliminate the Lakers, of course. Chicago, Detroit, 2-2. Boston, Buffalo, 2-2. And New York and Capitol, 2-2. Here's a foul on Jimmy Price. He tried to get away with something in the backcourt and got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. He apparently pushed Ronnie Williams. I couldn't see it on the replay. The hand that was hidden in front of his body apparently got him. That's his left hand. Hey, John? 76-47. Williams makes the first. And the second. 77-47. There'll be a new plane flight for Los Angeles tomorrow. I'll give you the details on it. You people would have to pick up the players a little bit later on. In it goes to the postman Hawkins. Hawkins out to Elmore Smith. Drive the base, stop. Into Hawk. Batted away by Dandridge. A great defensive play by Dandridge. Beautiful. Dandridge coming out of the backcourt. Hawk had him beaten temporarily. Dandridge picked up by Elmore Smith. Dandridge looks in, gives to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Jabbar back to Dandridge. Free throw line. This is going to be way short. It is. He missed it badly. Rebound to Elmore. Elmore to Goodrich. Goodrich in the attacking zone. Left side to Price. Comes underneath. Hangs. Bank shot. Nice shot. About an 8-foot bank shot. Price gets his 6th point. And he made the first basket of the game on a steal. 77-49. McLaughlin front court. Milwaukee leading it, in case you tuned in late. They went out in front and stayed there as they shot 65% in the first quarter, and the Lakers shot 28. There's a 25-footer by McLaughlin. I don't know of any shot in the league that's any prettier to watch than his.
It goes up high and comes down usually right through the twine.
79-49. Price's shot from 18, no good. Soaring to get the rebound is Warner. Warner to McLaughlin. Johnny McLaughlin's in his 9th year, reaches the front court and says, slow it up. 14 minutes left, and the Lakers season will be over. The Milwaukee Bucks, perhaps, are starting a road to the world title. Here's the ball into Williams. Williams down the middle. Turn, 15-footer over Price. It's good again. So many people on the Bucks are playing well that it, I think, gives them a good shot at the world title.
Especially the confidence that Ron Williams has gained since taking over for the injured Lucius Allen.
81-49. Goodrich out to Bridges. Top of the key. Shoots a 20-footer and hits it. Billy Bridges. Bridges gets his 4th point. 81-51. Inbound pass comes off to Williams. Williams starts out of the backcourt. Some of the Laker players hollering at the referees. When you're 30 behind, the refs aren't going to hurt you much. It's into Jabbar at the base. A 10-foot jumper will be short. Rebound bar. Warner is good. Jabbar smiling after that when he missed it so badly. He'll want an assist on that play. 83-51. Goodrich with it. Ball knocked away, but there's a foul. McLaughlin. McLaughlin doesn't like this call, Lynn.
No, he sure didn't like the call. He made a pretty good swipe there at Gale, as Gale looked like he was going up for the shot. Gale goes up very quickly off the dribble for his shot. Not as quickly as West, but quicker. Never mind.
What do you want to say, fella?
Very little, really.
All right, Goodrich. Free throw is good. 83-52. We've often said when the Lakers were powdering somebody at the Forum and the other team was televising back home, boy, that's a tough job. That is a tough job out of Milwaukee, too. 83-53. McLaughlin coming to the front court, gives the ball off to Dandridge. Dandridge backing in on Bridges. Uh-oh. Hawkins threw an elbow, but he didn't connect with Williams. Now we got an offensive foul on Dandridge. Hawk got mad at little Fritzy Williams. Oh, of course, when you're getting beat by 30, you're embarrassed for the 2nd night in a row. Now Price coming to the front court. Lakers beat this club, believe it or not, 4 out of 6 times in the regular year. Smith sets the screen. Price fights around it. Price stopped. Tries to pass back to Smith. It's knocked out of bounds off Smith's hand. Jabbar interfered just enough.
Once again, a good defensive play by Milwaukee to prevent first the jump shot by Price and then the pass into Elmore.
If the fans are wondering now what Milwaukee's doing, they'll practice some stuff that they might use in the subsequent series. Hook shot by Jabbar. He doesn't need any practice on that. A 12-footer. 85-53, 39 seconds left to play. Goodrich with it. Here's a foul. It's going to be a foul on McLaughlin. That's right, trying to fight through a screen. I asked him what he's going to do this summer. He said he just bought a new house, Lynn, and he's going to be moving in June. He thought he'd stick around town.
Well, he's, of course, the only original Buck left with his team, with the exception, I guess you could say, of Coach Larry Costello, who's done such a great job from the inception of the franchise.
And Costi was not the first choice. They wanted to hire Al McGuire. Marquette wouldn't let him out of the contract. They got Costi, and he's done a beautiful job. Beautiful. This club is the only team in history ever won 60 games 3 years in a row. This year would have been 4, and they missed it by 1 game. 85-54 as the free throws were both good. Or 1 out of the 2, Lynn tells me. Now in deep, it's going to get wild. And boy, are these tough to referee now. You think they're tough to announce. They're really tough to referee. All concentration is gone. Price fouls out of the game. Everyone knows who the ultimate winner is. It's been, I think, an unbelievable year for the Lakers to achieve the playoffs. Unbelievable. Sharman did a masterful job thinking of all the situations he had, including being away from the club so long due to the illness of his beautiful wife, Dorothy. Curtis Perry in, and out of the game goes Dandridge. McLaughlin is back on defense on Gale as he watches Jabbar put up the second one and make them both. Jabbar's got 19, but he's not really working hard tonight. Not at all. 87-54. Is that your opinion, too, Lynn?
Especially here in the second half. At both ends of the court, he's let up a little.
All right, we have Riley with it. Riles dribbling with 10 on the timer. Expansion this year, remember, the Lakers will lose 1 player in that. Ball to Hawk, cross court to Riley. That's a good swing pass. Riles in the air for the bank. No good. He didn't quite get enough of the board. The rebound is off at the base to Riley. And here is the end of the quarter. At the end of the first quarter, the Milwaukee Bucks leading by 33 points. At halftime, it was 23. We'll be back. 87-54 Milwaukee right after this word.
Air pollution. It's one problem we cannot live with. But with a serious national commitment, we can beat it. What we need is a coordinated effort of government, industry, research, and the support of everyone to develop clean engines, clean fuel, and decent public transportation. It won't come easy or cheap, but if we all work together, maybe we can finally clear the air.
Some music would be nice. Oh, thank you. Some Hawaiian music. Perhaps something more contemporary. On second thought, I'd like the 1812 Overture with cannon. With cannon? Western Airlines, the only way to fly.
$87-54.
Well,
and someone once said that you have to have a lovely wife to be successful, and Costi's wife there in the red sweater.
You know, this would be a great game for, and so would Thursday night, forum have been, for reserve center Dick Cunningham to get into shape physically and to get some game competition, something he hasn't had for a long time. But for some reason unknown to me, because physically he is sound, Larry Costello has not seen fit to dress up Cunningham.
All right, at center, Smith, ball in the air, tipped by Elmore, but no Laker goes after it. Harrison and Bridges stood and watched Perry get it, so Perry dribbles the front court, shoots a 12-foot jumper. In and out, no good. The rebound, Elmore had it, taken by Warner. He's under there, and he is really hit hard by his buddy Elmore Smith. And Elmore smiles, and Warner smiles back. Elmore says, I'm sorry, but they're paying me a lot of dough. I got to really go at them. and Warner said, hey, boy, I know they pay a lot of dough. All right, going to the free throw line is Cornell Warner. Atlantic Richfield Company reminds you that to help save gasoline, don't drive, and you can walk, ride a bike, or take a bus. Warner makes them both, and it's 89-54. Well, I said in a jocular manner at the start of the game, the Lakers, when they only had 6 points, might not make 80. I don't think they'll make 80.
Number 20, Mickey Davis for
Ball goes out of bounds to the Bucks, and Warner leads the game. He played a great game. So McLaughlin front court. Mickey Davis has come on now. Lakers haven't gone to the bench deep yet. Ball into Jabbar, turns, double team, hammered, fouled. Looked like Bridges got him out in front.
Warner leaves with not only 15 points, but it's the first time he's been in double figures in the series.
They don't expect him to score very much, but he sure did a job on the boards. All right, the inbound to Curtis Perry, out in front to Oscar, back over to Davis. I can't believe Oscar in there leading by 35 points. If he twists an ankle, Costello will be hung in effigy. Riley with the ball in the front court, give it to Billy Bridges, 11:15 to play in the game. Down the middle of Gale, underneath, doesn't want any part of Jabbar, and that was a good decision on Gale's part. Out to Hairston, cross court to Riley. Riles around to the free throw line, 15-footer good by Riley. Oscar's lead passes to Perry, 89-56, minute gone, fourth quarter. Robertson out to McLaughlin, McLaughlin over to Davis, Davis to McLaughlin, 25-footer, no. Rebound off to Mickey Davis. He's down the middle, he's in deep, he lays it off to Jabbar for an 8-foot jumper, no. Rebound hit by Hairston, control by Happy. Softball, shovel pass to Goodrich, front court over to Riley. Riley's 17-foot jumper, no. Rebound Bridges, who pushed off on McLaughlin. Bridges hook shot, no good, he might get a free throw. Yep, he was fouled by Jabbar. Look at Jabbar, he doesn't like that, he goes for a walk. All right, free throw by Billy Bridges is good. And the next one is good. 89-58, 10:36 left to play. Ball brought in, Perry to McLaughlin. And they can start icing the champagne here at the Milwaukee Arena. McLaughlin out in front to Oscar. Over the right side, clears to Perry. Perry back to the Big O. Oscar looking into Jabbar, being fronted by Smith. Now Smith gets on the side. Oscar at the base against Riley. A couple of strong boys. Oscar turns, shoots over Riles. No good. Rebound Jabbar, yes. 91-58.
As soon as Kareem saw Oscar backing in, working for position, he knew he was going to shoot, so he started getting his own position.
Goodrich gets the screen by Bridges, won't shoot. McLaughlin didn't like the strength of the screen. Ball to Elmore, he throws it away. Intended for Harrison, taken by Perry. Harrison's got 3 points in the game. Ball to McLaughlin, coming to the front court. Happy got those very early in the first quarter. 91-58, 9:50 left to play. In fact, Happy's only basket of the game tied it at 6-all. That's the last time the Lakers were in contention. Here's Harrison fighting hard for a rebound. He's got it. Great play by Happy. Throws the ball to Goodrich at midcourt. Goodrich right side of Bridges. Dribble drive underneath. Puts it up. No good. Rebound is off. Taken by Jabbar. Bridges yells for a foul. Doesn't get it. Jabbar to McLaughlin. Left side to Davis. Davis 16-footer. Blocked by Harrison. Good play by Happy. Taken out of the air by Perry. His 12-footer. Good. 93-58. Long pass. Goodrich to Hairston. And how the Lakers would like to get this season over, huh? Goodrich 25-footer. Good. 93-60, and Goodrich has got 17 points. I think he's only got 4. What's he got? 4 field goals? 93-60. Jabbar has got it. Jabbar holds it high. Backing in on Elmore. Goes around him and a leg foul on Elmore. Dick Garrett coming in now from SIU, former Laker, or Milwaukee.
That's his 4th personal foul.
Elmore was called for sticking his leg out, and it's his 4th foul.
8:57 to play. Boy, Sharman is hanging those regulars in there, isn't he? Inbound pass to Oscar is going to be a foul, offensive foul. Against who? Foul apparently is on Jabbar. Yeah, he threw an elbow and hit somebody.
Personal foul, Lakers ball.
Is Jabbar strong, Lynn?
Yeah, he's very strong. Now, to look at him, you would say that physically he's not that strong, but because of his build, he's deceptive. He's one of the stronger players in the league.
One of those tough, strong, wiry guys. Goodrich from outside hits a 21-foot jumper. Gale hits 2 in a row, and he's got 19. 93-62, 8:40 to play. Dick Garrett, number 24. He's been with a lot of clubs, including the Lakers. His pass over the right side to Robertson. Underneath to Perry. Got it. Lay it up and in. Nice play. 95-62. Beautiful pass by the Big O. Goodrich front court. Stops. Double team. They steal it from him. Davis has got it. 3-on-2. Davis might go the distance. Comes in deep. Lays it off to Garrett. A surprise pass. Garrett's 15-footer good. Dickie's brother Ray is out in L.A., and he likes that, I'm sure. 97-62. And Riles takes it in the post to Elmore Smith. Elmore back to the basket. Our 98th broadcast of the year, our 28th simulcast, and our final one. Bridges out of the corner, a 25-footer, 97-64. Robertson walks the ball to the attacking zone. What will the Lakers be next year? Who knows? There'll be some wheeling and dealing, you can bet. Here's a bad pass by Davis, out of bounds.
One thing for sure is the Lakers will lose one player in the expansion draft to New Orleans.
Yep, you can protect 7. You got to put up 5 of your others. All right, the ball to Goodrich. Goodrich in deep. Baseline. Goodrich has hit his last 2 shots. Goodrich brings it out in front to Hairston. Hairston to Riles. Riles always on the move. Riley, dribble drive underneath, puts it up. On the way, it's good. He's fouled by Garrett. Good play by Riley. That's one thing that everybody likes about Pat. He plays so hard despite any circumstance.
Riley has 13 points tonight. He and Elmore Smith have that total. Goodrich is the leading Laker scorer with 19.
Jabbar could have stepped in and probably swatted that shot down, but didn't do it because he knows the ball game is won and he didn't want to pick up any foul. 97-66 as Riley missed the free throw. Robertson with it over to Perry. Into Jabbar, batted out of bounds by a hustling Elmore Smith.
By the way, the Lakers will be coming in on a different flight tomorrow morning. For those wives that are thinking about that, they'll be arriving on United Flight 733 that comes in at 11:45 a.m. in L.A.
Oscar from the free throw line, turnaround 15-footer, no good. The rebound to Harrison. His pass is knocked down, intercepted by Garrett. Garrett in the front court, back to the big O, dribbled down the middle. A nice pass under to Davis. Backhand layup, no good by Davis. Rebound is off. Fighting for it viciously, Harrison. Goodrich gets it on the roll. Front court to Bridges. Under he comes. Maybe charging, maybe blocking. It's a basket, and he's blocked by Garrett. Garrett got there too late.
He kind of moved right in there. It was a call that could have gone either way. The fans, with their big victory, are a little excited about that. I guess they want to see a man like Dick Garrett, who hasn't had much playing time, do well.
So at the free throw line, we got Bill Bridges. Bill's free throw is no good as he tries the three-point play. The rebound to Perry and then out to Oscar Robertson. 7 minutes to play, 97-68. Be our final time this year to visit with you guys and gals around the world on American Forces Radio, and it's certainly been a distinct pleasure. Robertson down the middle, pivots, and he is fouled. Fouled by Riley. 6:48 to play. This team of referees really works well together. I watched them on that call to make sure that one didn't call it a shooting foul, one a passing foul. They really got their signals together. We'll be back with more right after this word.
Helping build my country, building me a life. I'm making breaks for myself and some kids and wife. I take them to McDonald's, quarter pounders are what I take. I want the biggest, the greatest, the best hamburger they make. Because you deserve a break today at McDonald's.
Racing champion Bob Sharp, demonstrating a luxury car, a Datsun 610.
Out here, what you need is performance. Power assist front disc brakes, overhead cam engine, independent suspension.
On the road, the Datsun 610 has another winning combination, luxury and economy, like this.
Datsun not only wins, it saves.
Kareem's got it for the 3-foot jumper. It's in and out, no good. The rebound to Happy Hairston. Harrison gives the ball off to Riley. I would think Harrison's the Lakers' leading rebounder. Does Stan Love. Love brings it back over to Riles. Back in the base to Love. He's a good shooter. 16-footer won't go. Rebound to Goodrich in the lane. His 10-footer. Good shot. It comes out. Tipped in by Counts. Nice play. No, Counts tipped it in. Gale's shot went way in and came out. 101-76. Less than 5 minutes to play now in the Lakers' season of 73-74. Third time the Lakers ever been eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. All right, the ball in the front court, a shot by Perry. And on the rebound play, a tussle for and knocked out of bounds by Stan Love. Here comes Kermit Washington and Nate Hawthorne in for the Lakers. And Cornell Warner in at center replacing Jabbar. Standing ovation. And I want to tell you one thing, no one has left this building.
No, they haven't. They're sitting here and enjoying it. Jabbar leaves with 19 points. Lowest game of the series, obviously.
101-76. Warner will take the ball out of bounds. Warner brings it into Williams in the corner. Williams into Mickey Davis, a low pass. Davis turns down the middle of Terry Driscoll. He puts it up backhanded, no good. The rebound is off, taken by Stan Love of Oregon. To Nate Hawthorne, rookie SIU. Front court to baseline to Kermit Washington. Dribble drive underneath. Look out, Kermit. And the ball flies out of bounds. It was last touched by Davis. Harrison's going to get kicked out here in a minute. He and Richie Powers really in an exchange down here. High the ball to Hawthorne. Hawthorne dribble to the base, stop, 17-foot jumper, no good. Goodrich is out of the game. The rebound hit by Kermit out to Counts. Counts baseline to Love. Love's hook shot, no good. They're calling for West. West cannot play under doctor's orders, and they're going to make the announcement.
That's his first personal foul.
All right, Love at the line will shoot 3 to make 2.
At the line, will shoot 2.
Love's free throw is good. 101-77, 4:14 to play. Free throw no good, you get the penalty. Both Lynn and I hope that you'll be with us for our broadcast and simulcast again next year. Crowd yelling, "We want West." It should be announced by the PA as his coach. I don't know why. He was summoned down here. 3:17 to play. He was summoned by Costello. Inbound pass to Hawthorne. Or rather, make it to Washington, now to Hawthorne. Hawthorne in the post to Counts. Bad pass by Mel, stolen by Russell Lee. He's on a breakaway. Here comes Counts. Underneath, lay it up and in. 103-82. Counts throws it up in the front court for the Lakers. To Riley. Riles in deep. Come to right side. Stopped. 15-footer at the base. No good. Rebound Kermit Washington. A strong rebound. His 12-foot bank shot. Didn't draw iron. Rebound to Russell Lee. He clears it to Williams. 103-82 and 2:48 separates Milwaukee from a date with either Detroit or Chicago. The Milwaukee players would rather play Chicago. Ball in the front court. It goes into Driscoll. Driscoll left-hand hook. Nice play underneath. 105-82. That's another cast-off that they picked up, Lynn. In the front court, Love drives underneath. Reverse layup. Driven down his throat by Warner. Great play by Warner. Taken by Russell Lee. Front court pass is to Dandridge. Dandridge sets up and fires a 16-footer and hits that. Did I say Dandridge? I'm a little punchy, too. You know it was Ronnie Williams. 107-82. Long pass, front court to Counts. His 20-foot jumper, no good. Off the board, it comes to Washington. He turns loose a 10-footer. That's good. Kermit at the base. 107-84. 2 minutes to play. Long pass to the front court to Lee. Under he comes. Lays it up and in. Russell Lee. 109-84. Now we have the ball to Hawthorne. Lakers arrive home on United tomorrow at 11:45. Shot by Hawthorne. Blocked by Driscoll. Picked by Washington. And Washington's fouled in the act of shooting by Terry Driscoll.
Breaks. It makes your entire offense much easier, actually. And, of course, it's hard, but that is what you have to stress as a coach, for players to work harder at the defensive end than they do at the offensive end.
And this is what bugs Sharman so much as the coach, because he, like his assistant Barnhill, were both great defensive players. Free throw is good in the second try, 110-86. Lee made the free throw. Hawthorne with it front court. Over to Love. Throws it away, but it's knocked to the baseline. Saved by Lee. Great play by Russell Lee. Great play. Warner to McLaughlin. What a save by Russell Lee. He wants to play. McLaughlin in the front court. You know, they're going to lose a man to the expansion team, too. The expansion team will be New Orleans. Pass in deep to Driscoll. Bounce along the base of McLaughlin. That pure shooter fires. And banks it in from 19 feet. 112-86. Pretty good reserve guard, isn't he?
He's a great, what you would call, sixth man.
He can play forward, too, yes. 1 minute to play. He's the only guy left that came here in expansion. Bounce in deep to Washington. He's there. Puts it up. Blocked by Lee. Back to Washington. Puts it up. No. Rebound off to Stan Love. He turns loose a 12-footer. That's good. Stan Love. 112-88. 45 seconds to play. What would you bet before the series started that the Lakers wouldn't make 100 points in at least one game? You'd have lost the house, wouldn't you? Ball in the front court to Lee. Over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin drives the base in deep, brings it back out. A good pass to Warner. Cornell's 15-footer won't go. Rebound is off. Driscoll's got it, but he loose ball foul to get it, I'm sure. They call it on Melvin Counts. Driscoll went over the top and got it, and Mel was mad because he didn't call the foul there, and he committed one of his own. 31 seconds. Counts brings the ball into Love. Will this be the last time down the floor this year for the Lakers? 27 seconds left. Counts from the free throw line. A 15-footer is good. Mel gets him to 90. 22 seconds left. Williams front court. Baseline pass is very bad by Williams and off McLaughlin's hand. Nate dribble to the left side. Stop. Fake. Try to shoot. He's fouled. Kind of it goes. Didn't go. He's fouled by McLaughlin. So Hawthorne could give the Lakers 2 more points.
And Hawthorne is the only Laker that has not scored tonight.
Personal foul.
Nate on the year as a free thrower, just to set this up for you, was 30 for 48. Not good. 62%. but he has now scored.
He has great jumping ability. He can, with a few steps, run up and touch 4 inches above the square, the little square on the backboard. 4 inches above that.
Well, the top of the square is 11 feet from the floor, so he can touch. Whew, he can go, huh? Here's Williams down the floor. He passed to himself, I think.
The top of the square is 11 and a half feet, I think, above the rim.
Right. What'd I say?
11.
No, 11 and a half is right. Sure.
So
3
he goes
seconds.
4 inches above that.
114 to 92. Here's the ball down the floor, knocked away, grabbed with 2 seconds left by Washington. He shoots, doesn't get it. The game's over. Final score: the Milwaukee Bucks. A tremendous achievement. They've eliminated the Lakers in 5 games, and they routed them in 3. They held them under 100 points in all 5, and the final score, 114 to 92. We'll be back right after this word.
Riley with 8 for the Bucks.
This is Chick Hearn. We hope that you'll stay tuned for our brief wrap-up show that's coming up next. But if you don't, we'd like to say to all of you, thanks for being with us for this entire year. And I would like to say to you...
Hi. My car's in for a tune-up today, so my dad let me borrow his, which is pretty nice of him because it's a new car. It's also a lot smaller than the one he had before. See, he decided that a small car was a lot more practical for city driving than a big car. And he's right, unless you really need a big car. Besides, think of all the advantages of a compact car. They cost less, they're easier to park, easier to drive, and they use a lot less gasoline. And that alone is pretty important these days. I know this sounds kind of far-fetched, but if all cars were small instead of big, maybe our streets wouldn't be so crowded. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, in any case, do you know that more people than ever, like my dad, are buying small cars? And I just think that's great. Don't you?
Your sports station in Los Angeles, this is Channel 5, KTLA. Lakers Wrap-Up with Chick Hearn and Lynn Shackelford is brought to you by Pepsi-Cola. Join the Pepsi people. Feelin' free.
Hello again, everybody, from courtside, Chick with Lynn. And there's an old saying, no one likes to lose. But if you have to lose, it's good to lose to a club of championship caliber. And truly, the Milwaukee Bucks are that. For the 5th consecutive game, they've held the Lakers under 100 points. In the series, the Lakers had 98 in one game, 95 in another, 92 tonight, and only 90 in the other 2. Consistency with defense will win you a lot of games, a lot of championships.
Milwaukee had the best regular season record this year, 59 wins. They obviously did not win 59 games on a fluke. They play very good defense, they rebound very well, and of course they have the men that can put the ball in the basket. It'll be interesting to see